Hi guys, thank you very much for tuning into my life, and in this video we're going to do a quick unboxing. Well, I say quick, it's not going to be quick, you know my videos, of unboxing of Bluetooth headphones, specifically the SOUNDPEATS TrueAir2, which are the Bluetooth headphones that I've settled on. I'm going to go through the reasons behind that, why I've chosen it, the reasons and so forth, and the specifications to the best of my ability. Also, just want to thank everyone who likes my videos, and it's really appreciated because my upload frequency is quite frankly random, and there's no certainty as to when I upload the next video, if I do so at all. So everyone who chooses to like and subscribe to my channel, I mean, I'm just so ever so grateful for doing that. I can't believe people do that of the kindness of their heart, but there we are. The second thing as well, as you know with my videos, I do a lot of talking at the start before I do the unboxing. So for those who just want to skip straight through to the unboxing, you know, someone will leave a timestamp for you, and then you can just use that, okay? Without further ado, there will be another sort of video I should mention as to why I settled on the SOUNDPEATS. The one before the SOUNDPEATS that I tried out were the TaoTronics headphones, which have great reviews online from everyone. But when I gave them a go, I wasn't quite happy with the sound quality, especially so being the case with the call quality, which is one of the really important features for me. And then I found out that it didn't have the CVC 8.0 or anything else like that, and that was probably one of the reasons as to why that wasn't as clear as it could have been. If you check out that video, the TaoTronics, it tells you how you know, I used to use VAVA headphones, which is also an unboxing I've done on my channel, and I've gone through the choice as to why that one was the right one for me. At that point, I was fairly inexperienced, if you like, buying headphones, so I didn't know what makes a good quality headphone, but I just got lucky with the VAVA Move 28. It just so happened to have all the specifications that I would have needed for me to be fully satisfied with a headphone. So it's a sheer coincidence. So when I bought the TaoTronics headphones, I just thought, well, obviously it's going to be good without really looking into the specifications of anything. I just thought they look cool, they've got great features. I thought the ones that I bought for like £15 or something, the VAVA ones, surely if I'm spending £30 on something, they should or ought to be better. But the experience unfortunately wasn't. My VAVA Move 28 were, in my opinion, better than the TaoTronics headphones. The only difference is the TaoTronics were wireless, completely wireless, and the VAVA ones do have a wire joining the two Bluetooth headphones. The other thing is as well the choice of the headphones. I'm going to go through the reasons behind that, specifications as to what you ought to be looking at, the reasons behind why my list is the way that it is, and so forth. So firstly, what goes into me choosing a Bluetooth headset, and I suggest that you also keep an eye out for something like this. So these are the things that are important to me, and I didn't have this list when I bought the TaoTronics headphones. I just reverse engineered the VAVA Move 28 as to why that was working better for me. I tried to figure out the reasons behind that, but these are the sort of reasons. So the first thing I look for in Bluetooth headphones is aptX. That's an audio codec format. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that not all phones will have aptX. So if you look for an aptX Bluetooth headphone, but your phone doesn't support it, for example, a great, awesome phone that you will also see an unboxing of on my channel is the Oppo Reno 2, but I don't think the Oppo Reno 2 has aptX. If it does, anyone knows for sure, send me an official confirmation of that, but I don't think it has. So if you have an Oppo Reno 2, which is an absolute brilliant phone that I recommend to anyone, is so amazing, value for money, the aptX is not going to make any difference one way or the other. You could have aptX on there just in case in the future if you change devices. You want to make sure that your future device, if it does have aptX, you can take advantage of that. Then you should look at aptX. aptX is, I think, something from Qualcomm in terms of the chipset that they make for the Bluetooth headphone. The next is CVC 8.0. I think that is also Qualcomm related. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but CVC 8.0 is also related to the chipset that provides clear audio quality when you are on calls. I think it's involved in audio clarity and also ignoring the background noise. So that's something I've looked at. Now remember, these features or similar were already there on the VAVA Move 28, but I didn't know that those are the features that is making it so nice as an audio experience for me. The third one is IPX5 rating or more. That's something you should or ought to look out for. These I don't think have that, by the way. These are just probably a couple of drops of water, but not necessarily any IPX rating. But that's something you should keep in mind. Number 4 is battery life. Okay, so if you are looking for wired ones, not completely wireless, but wired ones where the two of the Bluetooth headphones have a wire connecting them, then I suggest you look at something that has 7 hours or more playback time. If you don't, and you're looking for something like this, then you just have to make sure that I would suggest they have 5 hours or so, 4 to 5 hours, not 3.5 in my opinion. For me, that would not be enough. There are headphones, same price or slightly more expensive than this, maybe are a bit more fancier, maybe fancier in terms of the drivers that they have, etc. But if they don't have 3.5, if they have like 3.5 hours battery, for me that's not enough. So what you're looking for me is 5 hours or more in terms of battery life in the headset, and then it has a case which has another 5, 6 charges, 4 charges, whatever else it may be. There are some headphones available online where the battery life is 3.5 hours, but the case can charge it 7 times over or more. Okay, so I'll come to the pros and cons of that as well. So with the charging case, the more battery recharges it has, naturally the larger the case is going to be. So you're going to have to make a sacrifice between how small and portable of a case you want versus how much you're willing to sacrifice on the rechargeability feature. All right. The next one on the list would be USB Type-C charging slot. So absolutely essential for me. USB, micro USB is pretty much going to go out of date in the next couple of years. You don't want something that is kind of historical or legacy. You want something that is future-proof or even current. Everything that I have in my house is now USB Type-C. I'm not going to be looking for a rechargeable case that is micro USB. Not going to work in my house. And finally, in terms of the driver size, now sometimes this makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't make a difference for different people. Audio is such a subjective thing. One thing isn't going to be necessarily right for everyone. Okay, so one of the things for me that's important, and again, this is from reverse engineering the VAVA Move 28, I believe. So it had a driver of 8mm. Drivers are like, if you like, the speakers, the little speakers that are inside the headphones. Okay, and for me, they need to be 8mm or more. Otherwise, the bass is not strong enough for me. And I think that was one of the issues with the TaoTronics that I bought. I don't think it has 8mm or larger drivers. Now, I believe the ones that I do have a great experience with, currently the wide ones that I use from iPhone, those ones don't have anywhere near the size of an 8mm drivers. I don't think. It's very difficult to find the online specification for that. But it's great audio quality and the bass is satisfactory. For finalist thing on a list is one fancy feature. It can be whatever. Okay, so it can be ear sensors, battery indicator on the case as to how much battery you've got left, dual microphones, so dual microphones per individual headphone per ear. And then the final thing you ought to do as well is go online, go on YouTube, go elsewhere, and then check the sound quality or the mic quality, sorry, or when they're doing telephone calls. Now, I would say, strongly suggest, you take all that with a pinch of salt. And the reason I say that is because, just like me, I'm going to have some affiliate links in there. The difference is, for me, if I put an affiliate link in it, it's going to help support the channel, but it doesn't influence whatsoever what I recommend or whether I'm going to diss a product or I'm not going to diss a product. It makes no difference to me at all. But there are channels out there who will kind of make things look better than they are. They kind of withhold themselves from kind of dissing a product too much because ultimately they're going to sell that product. Okay, they've got affiliate links. They want you to go to the website, buy the product, etc., etc. Although I have affiliate links as well, I'd like to be a lot more honest. Almost it doesn't affect at all in terms of my opinions. So those microphone qualities, do take them with a pinch of salt. And the reason I say that is because that's exactly what I did with TaoTronics. I listened to a lot of online samples and I was satisfied with it, but when I got the headphone, it was not satisfied. And something I found, I think, with these Bluetooth headphones, the Chinese manufactured ones, which are great value and very advanced, is that I think their microphone quality can vary significantly in between headsets, in my opinion. I think that side of the equation, as far as the quality checking goes, I think is not as strong as it could be, in my opinion. Otherwise, I wouldn't be listening to 2-3 different audio samples online from 2-3 different reviewers, and all of them being slightly different to the other. Okay, so those are all the specifications you should look for. This one has pretty much everything. I don't think it has the Ipx5 rating, but everything else it does have. And like I said, the aptX and the CVC 8.0, etc. is depending on the chipset, and your phone might not even support aptX, so that might not be important for you, in which case you should probably pick another fancier feature or whatsoever, etc. In terms of the price range, up to £30. Unfortunately, you know how I love a bargain. I've got this one for about £21. Okay, £21 from £30, and that was a Black Friday kind of sale situation, so 30% off, and I think that's absolutely a bargain for a device like this. I can't wait to try them. Now, the last feature that you should also actually keep in mind for Bluetooth headphones is whether you want those earbuds or earphones. Now, what's the difference? So earbuds are those that with the silicone tips at the end, which you put in your ear and you get almost like a vacuum seal, really. And earphones are those that are similar, but they don't. So those are the Apple iPod headphones kind of style without the silicone bits in it. Okay, I prefer the ones without. So I prefer earphones, not earbuds. Earbuds do give you a better sound quality experience, hands down. Better bass experience, hands down. It is better. However, they isolate you from your surroundings. I don't like that. I prefer something like an earphone where I can hear my surroundings, where I am all the time. Give you an example. You know, let's say my phone's Bluetooth is attached to my headphones and I'm driving in a car. I can hear the satellite navigation instructions in my headphones, and everyone else sitting in my car, they don't necessarily need to listen to that. Okay, they can listen to the music without interruption, for example, but I can hear the traffic around me, I can hear their conversations, etc. That's just one use case. The other advantages that I also find is that with the silicone earbuds, when I'm running or walking, I can hear my whole body and the sounds that it's making, my heartbeat even sometimes. I can hear those sorts of things when I'm listening in an earbud. I don't have that issue with earphones, and that's another reason why I have the preference for the earphones, because otherwise I need to increase the volume too much, and then it's just too loud. Really, it's just too loud because I need to overpower the sounds that my body's making. So let's do a quick unboxing. 13 minutes in, you know how it is. That's pretty much standard for videos on this channel. This is a virgin unboxing. I'm gonna try to get this out if I can in a smart and clever way. So there we are. Take these out, and we have a nice box. Okay, we're going to continue this video in a second. Hey guys, so we're going to continue the unboxing where we left off. So I've now switched devices. So the phone that I'm recording this video on now is the Oppo Reno 2. So have a look, you know, see what the video quality is like, you feel whether there's any difference at all, as well as with the sound, especially. That I think the Honor Play, it has an outstanding microphone recording quality when you're recording videos. I'm not sure if this is going to be any different or the same, but this is the device I'm using now. The reason for that is that that way I can test these out whilst I am recording this video. So here we are. This is what the box looks like now. This is completely sealed, as you can see. So unlike the TaoTronics box, which wasn't really sealed, so there's no way to know whether someone's opened it up or not, etc. And I don't mind that, by the way. I've got no issues with that. But this one, you can definitely see is that it's completely sealed.
brand new, and I got it for 30% off, 33% pretty much, because I bought this for £21 rather than the full price, which is about £30 or so, £29.99. Now these days on Amazon, there's always or eBay or whatever, you know, there's always a little bit of a discount that you get from the full price, but that's it. You can see the Reno, as opposed to keeping the whole scene in focus. You can see the Reno has a much more bokeh effect. You can see the background here in terms of the helicopter, the car, and so forth, and it's a much more shallow depth of field, if you like, which gives a good kind of focus to this video. The colors are also nice. They're actually more vibrant and poppy, I think, than they are in real life, but which is no bad thing. It looks perfectly fine. Probably a touch on the red side. Now, okay, let's get this unboxed now. Okay, so we're going to use these pair of scissors. These are actually mustache scissors, really good quality, completely solid steel. I bought these on eBay, and really good quality. God knows I paid like £1, £2 for this. I couldn't believe it. Shipped to your door. Very nice, very useful. I would recommend these, by the way. I might leave a link for these in the video too, in the comments section. So let's where are we going to attack this from now? Where can I see a hole somewhere? I think I can see a little bit of a hole there, but it's a bit risky. Let's go in on the side here. So I'm going to go here. Okay, there we are. And I think that should be nice and clear. Try to get this off. I'm just so hoping that I don't need to return these or anything else like that. The other ones, you know, I think if I wouldn't mind returning those actually. So I think if someone had that kind of an experience and they thought, you know, I can't be, you know, I'm not satisfied with that, I think that would be perfectly fair of a call. That was nice. So, you know, this, I usually show the back and sides, don't I? So there you go. SOUNDPEATS TrueAir2 semi-in-ear 24 horas. So obviously this is probably for the Spanish market, I believe. Maybe that's why I got a bit of a discount. I don't know. It says new here, which is nice. Of course, unlike a smartphone, it's not going to make much of a difference whether these were for the Spanish market. The texture of the box is matte finish. The print is nice and clear. Let's have a closer look at that. Yeah, nice and clear. This lady's face is printed nice and clear. Matte finish, like I said. SOUNDPEATS. This reminds you of like a shield designs, like a 5. Some people say it looks like a Superman logo, whatever. You can see it says Qualcomm QCC 3040, and that's what gives you the aptX that I was referring to earlier. And I think CVC 8.0 or CVC in general, I think that is also Qualcomm. So like I said, only applicable if your phone supports that. Otherwise it's not going to be much use to you. There you go. Qualcomm aptX, True Wireless, and Qualcomm CVC are products of Qualcomm Technologies. Okay, in terms of the box, then let's get it slid off. Oh, a bit tight. Ooh. Okay, it's just very flush. Could be better, that unboxing experience. Not that it matters, it's a quality product, I'm sure. Quite a standard box, I'd say. Points here go to the TaoTronics. I think that is a better kind of box overall, although they don't seal it, so maybe that's where they're saving their money by not sealing it. Unboxing it further. There we are. In terms of the specification, guys, I'd suggest you go to an online retailer, eBay, Amazon, and what have you, and check out the specifications yourself. One of the great things about this one, I think it has a 14mm driver. So if you remember my spec sheet that I'm looking for at the start, you know, the minimum I was looking for is 8, and I've just made sure that this definitely has enough of a specification. And whilst that's loading up, let's get this box, get this unboxing on its way as well. The weight is very light. I think 0.14 ounces and 0.95 ounces. If you think in ounces, I don't, but that's what it is. It is what it is. I think the main thing is the 14.2 millimeters drivers, which I think is quite cool. So there we are. Very nice little compatible, compact case. You know, you can have this in your hoodie, in your pocket all day long. You're not gonna notice it too much. It's got a smooth matte finish in there. Relatively, shall I say? Can I say it's solid? I wouldn't say it's like absolute solid feeling, but it's perfectly satisfactory. Okay, here it says, oh, I can see Renault has the Renault 2 has much more of a problem with focusing, I think, because it's so busy trying to get that bokeh effect than the My Honor Play 2. But there we are, USB Type C. That's the charging indicator light, or whether it needs charging or not. That's the hinge. Open it up. There we are. Okay, inside, let's bring this out. So there's something here, remove. Okay, I think you remove this to start the charging, but let's take this off. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll turn the fill light on now as well. So very light. I have to say the plastic quality I'd probably say is better on TaoTronics than it is on this, but I don't care about that. This is not important. If someone saves a bit of money in the case and gives better sound quality, I'm all for that. Let's have a close. Oh, it's already started to, you can see it's already started to search for devices there. If I put it back on, it's still doing that. So okay, so this is one of those things where it's not auto on and off. Okay, so if that's important to you, that open the box and they start pairing and stuff like that, this ain't it, chief. Okay, I really don't know how to turn this off, so I'm sure it's gonna, I'll figure it out later. Let's see what else is in there. Okay, you can see the manuals. What's this? Okay, this is the USB Type C charging cable. You can probably scan that on your phone, can't you, to follow them for more privileges, whatever that is. And there we are, the user guide. Okay, you can see that. Tells you how to clear the pairing in between the earbuds and all your devices. Press and hold for 10 seconds. I'm really hoping, oh, you don't do that, guys. That's not how you wear it, okay? I really don't know whether I'm going to need to reset that every single time I use and put the earphones back. And this is a bit like, I'm not sure, is it going to turn itself off or not, etc. So right, guys, so I'm going to stick this bit right at the end actually, but towards the end I'm just going to stick it in somewhere. Now the thing with this headphones is I have to say they're actually quite satisfactory for the price that I've paid. During the initial testing I was a bit disappointed with this, that and the other, but I think the sound quality is very good. I've had a couple of phone calls on this, they can hear me clearly. I've tested on 2 different devices. I've tested on Oppo Reno 2 without any aptX technology and it was perfectly satisfactory. I've tested it on my Honor Play, which is a Huawei device, and that was perfectly satisfactory, and that does support aptX technology. And so overall I must say that compared to TaoTronics, these are much better, hands down. Okay, just the sound quality when you're having a conversation makes up enough of a difference for me to recommend these, if it is important for you to be completely wireless when you're speaking to someone. And like I said, the added advantage is the fact that they're not earbuds, which means you can't hear your own body sounds whilst you're walking around, so everything else feels perfectly fine. I've tested it with 3 different people as well. For me, the fit is somewhat, like, let's say, slightly tight, but at the same time secure, so they're not going to fall out. For someone else, they were so comfortable, they were like, I could barely even feel that they're in my ear. And for the third person, they were like, yeah, it's perfectly fine. And I think for them, it's even more comfortable than they are for me. But for me, I could perfectly well wear these. So yes, it's having used these for the sound, for etc., I think they're perfectly satisfactory for what they are. And I think this is where the Bluetooth headset wireless game is at the moment. I think this is about as good as you can get. even if you spend £100, I genuinely believe this, that I think even if you spend £100, this is about as good as it gets. I think the latency is not noticeable for the other two people that I tested it with, but yes, absolutely satisfactory. I can recommend these to buy. I'm not going to be returning these myself. I'm going to keep them, and if I don't use them, I'm going to give it to someone else who can, because I think they're good enough. Whereas if it doesn't pass with me, then I'm not going to recommend them to anyone else either. Okay, unless of course that's the way you sway. So with the TaoTronics as well, that's not something that's good for me. But if you think that based on everything you've seen, you've read about it, the video I've done, you think that actually I'm going to go for it, fine. These particular headphones, however, I am going to keep, and I'm perfectly okay with them, using them. I think they're good to be used for calls and things. So overall, yeah, thumbs up. Okay, can they compete with wired ones? I don't think so. I don't think the sound quality compares in the same way. Like I said, if the sound quality of speaking straight into your phone is 10 out of 10, then these are a good 8, I would say, which is quite high. Okay, so these are like a good 8 out of 10 if compared to speaking to directly in your handset. So it's very, and that's tested in 2 different devices. The other thing I was also at that the range is ridiculous. I mean, much better than my last headphones. Very good range. I couldn't believe actually how far I could go from my phone. And the other thing is, the one thing that does interfere is if I cover my right earphone when I'm adjusting it with my right hand, let's say, it can sometimes disrupt the signal between the right and the left. That's one difference, but apart from, if you're not fiddling around with it and completely covering the right earphone, it's just, I mean, the range is just outstanding. Couldn't believe it. Okay. So thanks as always for tuning in to MyLife. Please give this video a like, thumbs up, subscribe, and to my channel. It's always appreciated. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you.